using CSS. Okay, so using CSS, so how we can implement image galleries. Image gallery. Okay, CSS image gallery. So by using CSS, so we can create image gallery, create image gallery. So for this we have to write some CSS properties. So we have to write some CSS properties to create image gallery. Most important CSS properties is float left, float property, and left value, and height width for images. So we have to specify height of the image and width. So we have to specify this width and padding and borders. Okay, so these are the most important properties to implement image galleries. So we can create one example web form. Okay, so you can create one HTML form, HTML page. Image gallery is the web document name. Okay, so in this document, so we have to implement image gallery. So for this, first of all, we have to take div tag. In this div tag, we can place images. The source is image path and the alternate text. Okay, image 1 and the height for image 100 pixels and width for image or we can provide this height and width for image by using CSS also. So here we have to provide image path. Already penguins.jpg file is there in our folder, CSS folder. Okay, so this is the image. Then next, create one div element for image description or image name to display bottom of image. Description for image here. First of all, by using style tag. Take one image class. Okay, image class. Image class is for first div element. A class equal to image. Okay, and next here CSS properties. Margin property. Margin for div element 5 pixel, and the padding for div element 5 pixel, and next border for div 1 pixel border, and solid border style, and the color is for borders, border color. So we can take this border color. And height for div auto height. Okay, so it will take the image size, image height by image based on image height, and width also same, auto height and auto width, and float left, and textile in center, and width for total div. Okay, width for div element 20%. Okay, so this class is applied to the first div element. So, and next we have to write some CSS properties to the image tag and the description tag div element also. Here in image class, then there is a image tag. Okay, image element. This is image class. This is image element. Or we can change class names. Okay, my class, and here my class. In my class, there is image tag. So we are writing CSS properties to the image element in my class. Display inline and margin for this also 5 pixel margin, and border for image 1 pixel border, solid, and white color border. Okay, triple F or 6F. So if you run this example, okay, so image is displaying like this. So now we have to resize this image based on image gallery properties. Height 200 pixels for image, and width for image 200 pixels. So now we can refresh this form. Okay, so image is displaying in this box. and image description here. And next CSS property is description. Okay, class name is, okay, my description. Okay, class name is my description. My description class. Text ln sender. Okay, this description will display in sender ln, and background color for description light blue or light gray, and font weight normal, and width for description 80 pixels. And next, margin 5 pixel margin. So if you refresh this form, okay, so image description is displaying like this. So because description with 80 pixel, okay, and text ln, so you can change the size for width, percentage. You see here 100 percentage. Okay, margin 0. Here width for description 100 percentage, and margin, so we can remove this margin of property. So now image is displaying and the image description is displaying here. So whenever mouse pointer hover on that particular image, so you want to highlight, so you can write some hover property to highlight the image. Dot my class, and to highlight the whole image, image hover, border 1 pixel border, solid, the red color border. Okay, so whenever mouse pointer or on that image, the image is highlighting. Okay, so by using hover property, so like this you can copy this total HTML code and paste here. Okay, same CSS properties for all images. Okay, so image gallery displayed like this. So like Google Images or Facebook image albums. So like this. So we have to implement. And next concept is image opacity and transparency. Image opacity or transparency. Okay, so image CSS opacity property. So to create transparent images by using CSS, we have to use opacity property. So to create transparent images, transparent images, use opacity property, and this property takes values between 0 and 1. Okay, so 0 and 1. Okay, for example, so we have to specify CSS image opacity property city colon and 0.6. Okay, like this we can take the values between 0 and 1. Okay, 0.6 or 1 or 0 or between 0 and 1. Okay, 0.6 or 0.1 and 0.112223. So like this. The opacity property. For example, so I want to display transparent image in our web form. So take one image, source is image.jpg, and alternate text image 1, height of the image 300 pixels, and width for image 300 pixels. Okay, so if you run this example, so image is displaying full opacity. Okay, so I want to display this image as a transparent image. So we have to use style tag, and for image by using element selector, image opacity 0.6. Okay, so opacity property and 0.6 value. So refresh this form. So image is displaying transparent with 0.6. Go to inspect element, and you can change here also for testing. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so if you give here opacity 0, total image is transparent. Okay, but image is there, but image is non total image is transparent. If you give here value 1, full opacity image display 0.4. So here displaying transparent image with 0.6 transparent. So I want to display this image when our mouse hover on full opacity, when our mouse hover on a particular image hover opacity 1. Okay, so now when our mouse pointer hover on that particular image is displaying in full opacity. Okay, and next another property is rounded corners property. CSS rounded corners property. By using CSS3, we use border radius property, radius property to display rounded corners. Okay, rounded corners for any element, for any HTML element. Okay, so you can apply rounded corners for any element in HTML. For this we have to use border radius property, radius and property, and 20 pixel or 25 pixel, so how much you want, so you can give here value. So we can apply rounded corners uh, 3 types: border color, uh, border color rounded corners, border color rounded corners, and border image rounded corners, and border image border color, and background color rounded corners. Rounded corners. Okay, so these are the 3 types to apply rounded corners for any element. For example, so create one HTML form, the rounded corners. So I have one div element. In this div element, so we can take on some uh, content to display div. Okay, so this is our div content. So I want to apply border, rounded borders for this div element. So here we can take id for div, id1. Based on id selector, we are applying CSS properties. Style dash div1. First of all, background color. By using background color, we can apply rounded corners. Background color for div element. Uh, so we can use color codes. The background color, and padding for div 20 pixel, and width for div 200 pixels, and next height for div 200 pixels. And next border radius property, so 25 pixels. Okay, and next float left side. Okay, this div element is displaying left side. Okay, so run this example. So you will get rounded corners for div, and we can use overflow, scroll. Okay, like this we can apply, but so just we can remove this. Okay, overflow also. Okay, so div element is applied to the rounded corners. Okay, background color with the rounded corners, and the next one is background color rounded corners, border image rounded corners. So we can take another div element, and second div 2, here div 2 styles, background image URL of penguins.jpg, and next border radius 25 pixels. If you want to increase the border radius rounded corners, you can increase this border radius value. Okay, 25 pixel is there, so you can increase this. Okay, up to 100 pixels. Okay, so like this you can change the value. Border radius and background position is fixed, position is left side, and background size 100%, and the background repeat, no repeat. And next width for development, same 200 pixels, height for div 200 pixels, and the float left. And next padding 20 pixels, and margin also 20 pixels. Okay, so run this example. So image is size only 100 percentage. Okay, so you can remove this background size. The background position and the background size, you can remove this. Okay, so image is applied to the div element as background and border, rounded corners border for div element. Background image with rounded corners. Okay, background color rounded corners, background image rounded corners, and next border color rounded corners, border color rounded corners. So second one is, third one is, copy this another div element, div 2, then write css properties, div 3, border radius 25 pixels, and border color, border 2 pixel border, and solid, and the border is red color border. Okay, and height for development, width for development, 200 pixels, and height also 200 pixels. Border radius, border height, width, and padding 20 pixel, and margin 20 pixels. And next, float left. So this float left is used to display developments side by side. Okay, so without background color or background image, only upload background color, border color, and rounded corners. Okay, so these are the three ways to implement rounded corner borders for any element. So if you want to apply rounded corners for text box, so you can take one text box here, text box, and placeholder, first name. Okay, and ID for text box, ID equal to txt name. So here hash txt name, border for text box, uh, 1 pixel border, solid, and color for border color. Okay, so this is the border color for text box, and border radius, just 10 pixel border radius. Okay, rounded corners for text box, and the height of text box 50 pixels, and font size font size 20 pixel font size. Okay, so if you run this example, refresh this form, so you will get text box like this. Okay, rounded corners for text box, border color and the rounded corners, size. And next, okay, so like this we can apply border radius for any element. Okay, so font size and text box width. These properties are used to uh, apply text box width and font size in text box. And next CSS property is shadows by using CSS. Okay, shadows. So by CSS property, box shadow property, shadow CSS shadow properties are used to display shadows for text or any HTML element. So if you want to apply shadow for any box, so we have to use box shadow property. So if you want to apply shadow for any text content, so we have to use text shadow property, shadows. Okay, so box shadow property, so apply shadows to any elements, applies shadow to any HTML elements. It is very simple to use. So here, so you can only only specify the horizontal shadow and the vertical shadow. display the horizontal shadow, and vertical shadows. So for example, so this text box, text shadow, text shadow property applies shadow to text. So for example, so create an HTML form, shadows. Here we can take two div elements. So you can copy these two div elements from Founder Canvas example. Okay, div1 and div2. So I want to apply shadow for this text div element. Okay, total div element I want to display shadow for div element, and I want to display text shadow for this content. Okay, check text shadow. Style property and div1. So same uh, width for div element 300 pixels, and height for div element 300 pixels. And next, padding 20 pixels and margin 20 pixels, and the border background color is uh, light gray. You can use. Next, box shadow property. Box shadow 10 pixel, 10 pixel, and gray color shadow. Okay, background color, you can change this background color to this. Okay, so run this example. Okay, shadow is applied to the div element. Okay, gray color shadow. Mm, so 0 pixel blue color. Okay, so this border shadow is applied to the top side and the left side. And next, copy here, um, comma, comma 0 space 0 and 8 pixel, and gray color. Okay, shadow display like this. So this box shadow property, so we have to write like this. So or if you need this, you can place here, or you can remove this. Okay, shadow should be like this. So next, so I want to apply shadow for text. Div 2 and height for same uh, properties we can use. Okay, here we have to use text shadow property. So you can remove this background color. And here we can use this color, mm, red color. Okay, red color shadow, but we can decrease the shadow size. So we have to decrease this 20 pixel. Okay, text shadow display like this. You can decrease this. This also we can decrease. Okay, so how much you want, you can change the value like this. Okay, shadow for text. So box shadow property and the text shadow property. So we have to use to apply the shadows for any HTML element and text. Okay, so these are the CSS concepts for today, and next class we can start with JavaScript. Okay, CSS concepts are completed. Next class we can start with the JavaScript.